to start that over? Since you're over, yeah, you good? How's it going, man?
Good.
Look at us, we're back here. Well, I'm good, man. I'm all right. I'm doing well, doing fine.
Glad.
Yeah,
That makes me happy to hear. It's Christmas in the back of me.
Yeah, man. Look at that. You got the nice tree out there.
Or my Ramadan tree, if you prefer.
Ah, salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum. Or malaikum salam. I meant.
Yeah. Very nice. You got any hummus under there?
And there's nothing under there right now except a watering can.
So you've got a real tree.
Yes. I got
Very
a real
good.
Tree.
I
Angela
like
was
the
trying
real.
to convince me to get the fake one this year, and I'm like, $500, and she's like, well, in 4 years or 7 years, it'll be paid for. And I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, but you know me, I'm like, I'd rather buy lots of cheap things than the one expensive thing.
Right. I like how that's how we're gauging stuff now. Like even Christmas trees is like, it's like an investment for the long term.
It would have been an investment if I bought it maybe at 40, because then I would be more confident to have 10 Christmases left in me to get my money back. But now 50, I might only have 3 Christmases left.
Pushing it. You know, it sounds like Angela wants it for her sake.
I don't want to leave that Christmas tree money on the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She's like, can you put that tree in your will, Derek? So when, the inevitable.
The kids try to claim it. What do you think that cost? Christmas tree.
What? Like the
real one. Yeah.
A real one. A real
Yeah.
one. I'd say nowadays, $100.
Yeah. See, so I got that for 70. Not bad.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say 50, but 50 is the old price. I think they used to be 50,
the old
right?
price. That's
and I was
right.
thinking inflation. I go, everything's been doubled. There's probably transport fees now. Gas is up. Diesel's through the roof. Truckers are not happy.
Yeah, I think it's I bought this
70,
directly
that's a good
from
deal.
the farmers. I think these guys actually own the farm.
Okay.
And they come and they park like a roulotte or whatever, like those nice trailers there, the double wides with the pop outs and stuff.
Oh,
they
wow,
build themselves
nice.
a little base camp in the
mall?
parking lot of Canadian Tire. And I clearly have been buying Christmas tree for a long time. Like, these are the things I'm noticing about being 50. See, when I was 29 and it was Jamie's first Christmas or whatever, you're there and you're going to every fucking Christmas tree. I see this one's going to be the magical Christmas. The last few years, man, I walk in there, I've got a Christmas tree and I'm dragging it out of there within 15 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Let's go. We're getting this done. I had a life to live. We're going to cover
I'm
bullshit
50.
anyway.
I don't have a lot of time left over here. That's wow. So yeah. So you got the real tree this year, and not the. That's good, man. I like the real trees. They give a nice aroma in the house, right? A nice aroma.
This is a Fraser, so it don't lose as much needle or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I read a little bit about Christmas trees because I was thinking at the time a while ago with I have property, I've got land, and it's just sitting there doing nothing. I thought maybe I should plant Christmas trees on them.
Oh my God!
Start
that's
a little mini
fucking
Christmas tree
great
farm.
idea.
Yeah, I might do it next year. I don't know. It's been a while. I've been thinking
in
about
6
it, but I never did
years,
it.
like say you just plant
Just leave it.
whatever 50 of them. You plant 50 Christmas trees,
and
then in 6 years you have $3,000.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking, just to throw it up. I wonder what it would cost to get. I mean, wait, hold on. What's the math on that? 50 trees times 7?
$3,500. You have
$3,500. Yeah, not bad. And by the time in 6 years, it'll probably be $100 for a Christmas tree.
There you go.
Given
but
inflation.
I don't think you plant seeds though. I think you want to go buy little.
So I looked into them.
Shrubs or whatever.
Yeah,
saplings.
See, the first I was thinking about it for years. I didn't do it, and then the first year of the pandemic, I was like, maybe I should do it now. So I started checking around, but it was really hard to find, and I think they started getting a little pricey for the little saplings.
Right.
So I did think maybe
if they're charging you $20 a sapling, maybe it's
not really worth. Yeah, right.
6 years that you got to pay attention to them. Go there a couple times a year to make sure they're going straight and stuff.
Well, I think you can buy small ones for pretty cheap. I think they're just like a rooted branch. Yeah, something like that. And then you kind of have to put up, but then you'd block them. I'd have to make sure no one cuts the grass or nobody comes around and screws them up because they're going to be really small, But it's a great idea. Yeah, I thought about doing it. I never did it, though. Maybe next year I'll start, maybe in the summer I'll be a real hippie.
You could hire like a German student to come do it, put an ad up on Kijiji. Come to Canada for a tree planting contract.
Yeah, it could be like...
works one day and, all right, you've now saved the environment.
There you go.
And go on and do your German things.
Enjoy the rest of your time in Canada.
Did you ever do that, tree planting?
Tree planting? No, I've never done tree planting.
That was a job for a while. Everyone like.
Did you do it?
No.
Yeah,
Chad
I know.
Did it, though. My friend Chad did it.
Yeah, Chad's a real tree planting. He doesn't look like a tree planting type of guy. Real tall too. Must have hurt his back.
I think it lasted like a week. A lot of my friends out west did it, though. A lot of my friends that live out west did it. Like Damon Schroeder, I think he did it.
I think it's like
Dave Nystrom.
Are you even from the West Coast if you don't plant trees? Like, is that part of like it's like we eat poutine and they plant trees?
Yeah,
that's what the West Coast does. You're not normal if you don't.
And complain about things.
So that's cool. And complain about things. Who? East Coast or West Coast?
East Coast.
Oh, West Coast complains about things. Yeah. Why do you say that?
Do you
find they
they're
complain?
all so sensitive about stuff. And
like what? Like the environment, or are you talking about David Suzuki in particular, or anyone?
No, just West Coasters. They're always like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
They're always, You think, they're more complaining. I find East Coast right. West Coast complains about the environment a lot, which is good. I like that. But the East Coast, I find we're just like we have that kind of critique in us, I guess. New Yorkers, Montrealers are very. I guess because we're very miserable in the snow and the crumbling infrastructure, and the West Coast is all like dandy. Although now maybe that's why they're all complaining. It's because their climate's changing, right?
And then no one can afford to live anywhere.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I think they have a lot to complain about. They've got a fentanyl crisis. They've got a housing crisis. They've got fires in the summer. They've got floods. They're falling apart on the West Coast, man. There was did you see there's speaking of the West Coast in Alaska, there was like a container or something tipped over. I saw it quickly on the news yesterday. There was like a container or something that had tipped over filled with Yeti coolers. You know the company Yeti?
I keep getting adverts for cheap Yeti coolers, probably because they're just fishing them out of the fucking bay,
right out of Vancouver, selling them on eBay
as they sell them.
Yeah. That's man, imagine that. What a wonderful Christmas present for Alaska, eh? Look at that. They're all dying for something to keep their food cold. They have no electricity in the summer months, winter months. I don't know, whatever the hell they have. Do they have electricity? They have electricity.
I've never been to Alaska. Have you been to Alaska?
I've never been to Alaska. There's definitely a main city in Alaska, but there's probably a lot of remote areas, right? And if you get a nice Yeti cooler, that's a nice Christmas present.
Have you ever been to Whitehorse?
I've never been to Whitehorse either. It's probably one of the only places I've never...
I learned when I was there that it's like a 45-minute drive to the border of Alaska. So I've kind of been to Alaska, but not quite.
That's very cool. I did not know it was so close.
Yeah.
I've never been to that corner, like that chunk up that way. I've been west, but never northwest, which would be nice one day. I'd like to go out that way. Otherwise, I think I've been everywhere else. I think I've been to a lot of places.
Yeah. We went to Nunavut together.
Yeah, man. That was fun. I like that. That was a good trip.
Yeah, with Harrison and your mom. It was quite the fucking hodgepodge of travel companions.
Dude, what a time. That was I was actually there was
mom and a 19-year-old Harrison. That was funny.
Yeah, man, it was fun. What a time, man. My mom, you know what, man? She had the time of her life. She always wanted to go up to Iqaluit and never had the opportunity, so taking her up there, she was so stoked. And and then she got to come along with us to experience what it's like to be a comedian on the road.
She was a joy.
She's like 71. My 71-year-old mother. But yeah, that was a good trip. That was fun. I saw a thing the other day on there was like an article floating around about like 10 passengers. I don't know if you saw it. Their flight was canceled from I can't remember where, and they drove 10 hours or something like that in a van. They all rented a van and
like
drove.
Kuujjuaq or something, right? Or
like
Nuku'ak,
what we did.
One of those. Yeah.
No, it was in America, but we did the same thing for our flight to Iqaluit. Our flight was canceled. We had no choice but to go to Ottawa. That was the only flight the next day out. So we
picked up another person too that was also.
We got another person that was on our flight. Yeah, and then we all went out. Like a whole van load of us. That was a great story.
Natalie, was that her name? Natalie, me semble.
No, Bridget.
Caroline, Bridget.
I don't know why that just. What popped in my head is Angela saying Bridget. I just think that's how I remembered her name. Angela's voice just popped in my head and was like, Bridget.
Yeah, I have nightmares about that voice too.
Angela's sweet. I think it's because we kept forgetting her name and she kept having to remind us her name was Bridget. It's Bridget.
Okay, Bridget. I got it. Mm-hmm. So I told you we didn't tell our listeners or watchers or whatever people or however they're consuming this all the domestic fucking problems I've been having.
So you're having a lot of domestic problems?
I could probably show you. I fixed it now. I had a pipe leak, a drain pipe, and it had probably been leaking for 20 years. Let's see, who knows how long it was leaking for.
Oh my God.
But
so was it like dripping slowly? This is a great view right here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It created like a bow in the...
Great angle.
There. I've taped it up now. And
Right.
Put
Good
plastic
stuff.
over it. Stuffed cardboard boxes in there because it's temporary fix. Because I have to...
yeah. Gosh, what a mess. Yeah. Those are the worst. I hate the water leaks, man. I went through that nightmare with my parents' place.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man. But you know what? When it's done, it's nice. But, discovering...
But, yeah, it's inspired me to basically... Nightmare. I'm going to redo the whole kitchen, I think.
Are you? Yeah.
Jamie burned the counter with a hot pot.
Oh, God.
And now that, I'm like, I'll just redo the whole kitchen and make it a project, keep me out of trouble.
Burn the house down.
Is this crooked?
What kind of counter do you have? Is it that you burned it? It was like just like a melamine with the little...
it's like with a granite kind of paint on, not granite.
It's like
Motif on it?
Yeah, like a veneer, fake veneer, like a thing. Yeah. Right. It's a press wood with a What do they call it? Melamine. Melamine.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Melamine.
But
man, you are going wild with that.
It's supposed to be heat resistant, though. Fuck.
To some degree. I put a pot down on one for a brief moment, and then I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's not where that goes.
No.
I'm used to it. Here I have I don't think it's granite. It's probably like some fucking quartz or fake granite. But
that's what I'm going to put it right on stone. It. I'm going to put real stone the next time,
Yeah.
I also had my dryer broke down.
Oh, man.
I don't know. No. Did I talk about this last time?
I was going to say, your clothes look a little damp.
No, I fixed it. That's the thing. At 50, this is the thing. So I fixed that. I fixed the plumbing. I had to fix a pipe, put the joint.
Yeah.
Reconnect with the glue, the plumbing glue and everything.
Okay.
And I had it all already. I had it all in my house. And then the dryer broke down. And like last year, the belt that drives the dryer, it broke. So I ordered it. And while I was ordering it, I'm like, tabarnak, $15 shipping and handling. La merde, I ordered all the extra parts, like the fuses, the switch, the timer switch, whatever. I ordered it all. I'm like, I'm paying shipping and handling. Let's have all the spare parts.
Planning on holding on to this dryer for quite some time.
Yeah. Well, it paid off, though. I fixed the dryer because I had an extra switch, and I changed all the fuses out just to be sure.
Very cool.
Switched it out, fixed the dryer, fixed that. So all without going to Renault Depot. That's the thing. When you turn 50, you've accumulated enough bullshit spare parts in your garage that you don't have to go to Renault Depot for every project anymore.
Yeah, man. You know what? Getting old is nice. People just shit on it all the time, but getting old is nice.
Trying to be optimist and see the fucking.
Well, listen, it's easier. Don't you find life is easier as you get older? Like you have more wisdom, so like things that you used to rack your brain over, and now you're like, meh. Yeah. Makes your life easier, I think. And then things like you've got things laying around. You've got the tools, the right tools to do the job.
I've got a lot of tools that I've picked up over the time. Yeah.
See, life gets easier as you get older. I find it's when you're starting out and you're like, fuck, what do I?
Some parts
where do I go?
Easier, some parts tough. Like we talked about fucking Celine 54 with the stiff person syndrome. I'm convinced she's just a person in her 50s because I've got stiff person syndrome too. I woke up from my nap before because my arm was asleep for no reason. It was just asleep, like because it's like my arm said, "Oh, are we dead now? Let's just stop pumping fucking blood into this part of the body." I'm like, God, I can't. I'll shake it off. I'll get up so my body doesn't give up and think we're dead.
I think that's just your body playing a trick on you. It wants you to get up so you can have a smoke. They're like, let's make him think he's dead, so he jumps out of bed right now. And he goes outside for a cigarette. And you're like, you know what? While I'm up, my arm's pumping now. Let's get out of here.
I was at the hospital this morning, actually. I went for...
oh, that's not good. What happened?
The pre-op for the hernia operation I need to get.
Oh, that's right. You're supposed to get a hernia operation.
Yeah. I could probably show that, too.
Yeah, you want to show everyone your hernia? Oh, my God. Oh, wow. That's... look at that thing. Look at that. You've got like a little... you've got a little friend in there. That is a little bit to the other side, buddy.
The hair all worn off.
Well, that's so.
That's good for
how does that even?
It's my acting career. That's probably good to get me a part as a leading man, showing my fucking beden with a beden on it.
So now you got to. How did that happen? Or like, did it just start coming out, or do you?
I never really thought about it, but I have a theory. So about 7 years ago or 8 years ago, I got my gallbladder takeout.
Okay.
Because I had gallstone, whatever, and it was killing me. And they did it laparoscopy or whatever.
Okay.
When they go in, they make a little baby hole.
Yeah.
And they did it right above my belly button. So it's they made a small hole to get in there.
Right.
But it's quand même a hole, right? So probably what happened is I didn't take the time to heal properly. Mm-hmm. So I had a small little baby hole, and then I started doing forcing, playing hockey, whatever. And then that's probably how the hernia pop out.
That sucks.
But I had it for 8 years before it started trouble, and now it's recently started giving me pain and whatever. We've tried to operate. My surgeon got COVID last time I was supposed to get it. Okay. So now, if all goes well...
That was your surgeon.
February 3rd.
We tried to operate. I thought maybe that was something you tried to do at the house with the kids.
Yeah, me and Chad were going to take care of it. That's funny. I was telling Jamie this story the other day when I was washing the coffee pot or whatever. You know how flimsy the glass of a coffee pot is?
I do.
A coffee maker. You know, if I crush the faucet or whatever, for sure it breaks, right? It's that thin little glass. So I did that, and I was fucking annoyed. I'm like, tabaknak, I break this stupid thing. So I put it in the garbage, and I guess the garbage was almost full at the time. So now you put the coffee pot on top. I'm like, see, there's no room. So I'm like, la merdes, I don't want to change the garbage. So I kind of put the plastic bag over the coffee pot, and I figured I'll just punch the remainder of the coffee, smash it so that it gets smaller. Anyway, I punch it, and it
with
broke.
Your hand?
And then I didn't even notice. It was such a clean cut that I didn't even notice. Then I'm just starting seeing blood everywhere. It sliced my two knuckles right across, like 2 inches long. My ex-wife was freaking out. She's like, she's like, you have to go to the hospital. I'm like, no, Chad lives down the street. I'll get Chad to come over. Do you have a sewing kit? I think I have a sewing kit that I stole from a hotel. And, so even back then, like this is 15 years ago or not 20 years ago.
Did Chad sew you up?
I think he did. I think that's what we did.
Did you just bite down like in the movies? Like he gave you a rag and he put it in your mouth and then you bit down on it? And,
no, he wasn't amputating my arm. He was just sewing. He was
like, just bite onto this, and then you started putting the needle through your... I think I could do it. I think I could.
No, I don't actually. I think we used some like that tape that holds things together. I should have gotten stitches though, because it did. I remember it took a long time to heal.
Hold things together,
and now it's got a scar.
Yeah, well,
but that was
it's
stupid.
A story.
Don't punch glass, kids. That's the moral of the story.
Never punch glass, and plastic is not does not beat glass in a game of punching a bag. So you can't just put it in a plastic bag and punch it. Take a hammer, maybe put it in a plastic bag, but you'll still it'll still probably cut a hole in your plastic bag. I mean, why'd you even want to break it? Just throw it in the garbage.
Just to make room in the garbage. It was taking up because it's just a big hollow space, right? I know. It was so stupid.
Look at you trying to be innovative, and meanwhile you
stupid.
Gash your hand open. I like how you thought of the science, right? How to break down matter so it wouldn't occupy unneeded space. But you didn't think of the physics of punching glass.
Oh, look at that. I got a blood test. That's the thing. This is my third... Ow! This is my third time doing pre-op, too. Because I've been... this is the fourth time this surgery has been scheduled.
So now you're going in for the surgery? Is this what the appointment was for?
So far, February 3rd is the date. And every time I go, they're like...
Wow. February
asking
3rd.
me, did anything change since last time? I'm like, no, but take some blood, I guess, to check if anything changed.
So do you have to go? Do you have to go back again for like a pre-op, like the day before the surgery? Right, they
2
do
days.
a COVID test.
Right? 2 days before,
before
I have to go do a COVID test. Yeah.
Okay,
And
just
it's in
the COVID
Lachine. The
test.
hospital I'm getting operated is in Lachine. And I asked, I'm like, do I have to come all the way to fuck back here? Like this morning, it's a blizzard here in Montreal.
Yeah.
It was long and shitty. So I'm like, can't I just go to a pharmacy down the street here and like we'll send you the results? And she said, yeah. So I just have to go pay for my PCR test somewhere around here, and I don't have to go back to the hospital. Oh. But February 3rd, and I can't drink before. I can't drink for 48 hours before. No, they want me to drink lots of fluid. I can't drink alcohol. Luckily, they booked the surgery on a Friday. That's usually when I start the real drinking. So
right, so you're going to have to
I can't drink Wednesday and Thursday. It's not so bad. Can't drink Wednesday.
Do you have any shows Wednesday and the Thursday?
Nope. I booked that. Okay. That's why we did that week. I have that whole week off, and I've only. But it's tight. I was hoping to have the surgery on January 31st. That would have given me 10 days of recovery before I'm headlining Yuck Yucks in Ottawa on February 8th or something like that.
Oh man, you should have
so it only gives me
February.
It only gives me 5 days to recover, and I'm asking the doctor. I'm like, will I be able to stand up for like an hour after 5 days? And he's like, yeah, you should be fine, but maybe put a stool there that you could lean on if you need it. And I'm like, okay, that sounds good. It's not like we have the most arduous job, like I won't be redoing my kitchen in February, I guess, but I could probably start it in March.
You have all of January. Right, but the hernia is going to, it's going to piss you off working with a hernia.
No, it's not that. It's going to take me more than a month to do it. I'm by myself.
The renovation, yeah.
Doing it by myself. It's going to take me at least a week just to tear this kitchen out.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
And then I work.
I have a big job.
Usually we're quiet in January, but I actually have a full week of tour dates in January, and then I have a one-off. Or no, I have two. So I have a theater show in Burlington and a theater show in Niagara, like 2 weeks after that. And I have one show in the middle somewhere in, I forget where it is. I think it's in Alberta. So I have actually a pretty busy January. So I don't want to start it then and then have to take 2 weeks off for the surgery. Like, déjà not having a kitchen is going to suck. My family's going to be all complainy and stuff. But... it's a big job. I might even push it to the summer because we're also pretty quiet in the summer.
Yeah,
and it'll also make having to go in and out for the container or whatever to throw shit in the container. So maybe I'll wait till May to do it.
I mean,
since I found out I'm not doing the Winnipeg Comedy Festival again. I found out that I've been blacklisted by CBC for any television appearances henceforth until further notice and all those kinds
Wow, really? Mm-hmm. What happened?
I don't know, man.
Association with me?
I doubt it. You're the one taking the risk, but associating with me. Oh,
listen, buddy,
because of CBC. Yeah. No, it was. I don't know what it was. Apparently, I was already on thin ice because of something that you and I know happened. Whatever that I probably shouldn't talk about. But they found out about it. Didn't ask me about it. Just assumed that I'm a dickhead. And then Dean, the artistic director at Winnipeg, said, listen, I've spoken to him. He promises to be on his best behavior. So they booked me, and I did the gala. And I said, you submit your gala script, like they want to see written out. I submitted it, and there was a joke that I did about my girl's favorite store called Urban Outfitter. And when they wrote back, their notes were, please don't say the name Urban Outfitter. We don't want a lawsuit, whatever.
Yeah.
Fine. But then you go while you're warming up the set, right? You do the same story over and over again. It become like you say the word. So when I'm doing the gala, I remembered not to say it, but I said something like my girl have the same favorite store. It's called. I'm like, wait a minute, no, I can't tell you the name of the store. CBC's worried about getting sued. Like anybody who's gonna care about this. And they took that as me saying "fuck you," make fun of CBC or something, and I didn't. It wasn't. It was stream of consciousness. Wow. It happened. I caught myself in the moment, but they took it as me being a rebellious dickhead.
Well, and buddy, I can tell you, I'm probably blacklisted as well because I did almost the exact same thing last year. I mean, my taping didn't air yet. It's going to air in May. But I did almost the exact same thing. They told me I couldn't say. They told me I couldn't say the word handicap in my joke.
Yeah.
Right. And my joke is it's poking fun at. It's not poking fun at handicap. Right. It's in their favor. So they told me I can't say it, and I was talking to Dean, and Dean beforehand, he goes, so he messaged me like when you had to write it out, same thing. So he told me, he's like, yeah, man, handicap, you can't say the CBC, they just don't want you to. So I go, well, what do they want me to say? And he goes, I don't know, they didn't tell me. So I was like, well, does it make any sense? Like, what do you want me? You just want me to make up another word that I might say that you might not like? Like, tell me what you want me to say. So he said,
cripple. Let's go with cripple.
Right, yeah, right. Let's say something. I should have. But he was like, well, listen, maybe just let's use. He goes, let's use disabled, right? Mm-hmm. So then the same thing. I'm in the middle of the joke, but I didn't stop. I kept going. I did my joke the way I do my joke, and it worked. I said handicap. But it's just because, again, like when you're on stage and you have your momentum and it's the words that you always use.
Yeah.
And it just pops in your head. It's either do you like substitute it instantly as it's popping through your head and you're about to say it? Or do you just like kind of let it slide? And like I was there and I said it the way that it worked, and it fucking worked. Nothing wrong. And then I finished my set. And dude, I had a really good set. I was so stoked with it. I walk off stage, and the stage director was there, and she was like, "Hey, you're gonna have to go back out and do a pickup." And I was like,
"Pickup for the disabled thing."
I go, "Fuck, it's because." And she goes, "Yeah, you said handicap. They want you to say disabled." So I went back out, and the crowd was like happy, whatever. I had a really great set, and in my set, I call out. I do my Don Cherry bit. I call out like I kind of make fun of the whole world with everything in CBC firing Don Cherry for saying a word, and I go, it's a word, it's just a word. So I have a bit on it. So and it worked. It did great. So I come back out, and I already made fun of the fact that, which is weird because they let that go in my script. They let me call out the CBC for firing Don Cherry over a word. Yeah. So I come back out, and then I told the crowd, I go, apparently you can't say handicapped on the CBC. So I go, they want me to do it. So the crowd was really happy that I said it, though. They were very happy that I kind of called it out because, and I was like, these are just words. I'm like, can we not just say words anymore? Like, we're always worried about words. And they loved it, man. I got like a fucking applause break just for saying that. But on my coming back out to pick up the line.
Good.
So then I redid the line, and everyone was happy with me. Nobody told me anything like I was blacklisted. But
I guess you weren't on thin ice when
I wasn't on thin ice, and it's not like I didn't do it. I didn't do it like there's nothing I did maliciously. And then I went back downstairs.
I didn't do it maliciously either. They just decided to take it that way.
Yeah, right. And when I went downstairs, all the crew for the production was like, why'd you have to redo it? And I was like, because, I don't know, they told me I can't say handicap. And they're like, all the signs in Winnipeg say handicap parking? Like, it's written handicap parking? And I'm like,
I've learned
why are we not allowed to say it if the town we're in has it plastered everywhere?
Is your joke about the parking spot or about the people?
Yes, it's about parking spots. It's about handicap. I say handicap parking. So the fact that I'm saying handicap parking can't be any more accurate, And you're telling me to change it. It's like, why? What are we doing? Like,
I have a joke about
everything?
that. The joke is about words and how people freak out about words, and how that we're allowed to say handicap parking spot, but we're not allowed to refer to the people that get front row fucking best parking in the parking lot as handicap. Like, Masamet should be a qualifier to use that spot. You have to live with, anyway. But I want to be respectful. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so I'm happy to call them, otherwise able or disabled, whatever they want.
I don't think they care.
I don't think they care either.
I think able-bodied people at the CBC are the ones just caring about it. Nobody else cares. Because it's there's nothing wrong with the word. That's hilarious that you and I used the same word that they were upset with.
Yeah. It's okay for the parking spot. Anyway.
Yeah, man. What a time to be alive, man.
I was pretty bummed about it, though. Like, it's not like they don't pay well or anything. It's just... It's nice to be able to show up on television to remind people that might have forgotten about me. Hey, maybe I'll be in your city soon. Here's 7 minutes to remind you if you to
I had
for
the
you
time
to
of my
decide
life,
if you like
man.
me or not.
Great set. It was a good. I can't wait for it to air. I had a good time. Everyone was really nice. I feel like we're being, like there's things that are just like, people are trying to stop you from just being, and it's like everybody's constantly stopping everyone nowadays and going, you shouldn't do what you're doing right now because it hurts me. And you're like, yeah, but you're not even part of them. Can you fuck off and let people who are actually part of that group talk? It's like, anyways, we're getting through a weird time, man. And then, a whole bunch of other shit happened. But
I'm going to the festival anyway, so that's fun. Really, that's the part that you want, right? Just to be there with all your buddies.
Wait, hold on a second. You're going to the festival, but you're not in it?
I'm in it, just not the TV part. CBC doesn't control everything. Like there's live bar shows and stuff like that. I'll do the
so you're going to do the debaters probably?
I'll do a debaters. They have a dirty show, I think Dean wants to bring French shows back.
Right.
This year because there's that whole same Boniface. So I'll do a French show, I'll do a dirty show, hopefully do a debaters.
So you got
and just get to hang out. It's just the hanging out part that I like about
really
festivals.
Funny.
Like the $3,000 they give you to appear on TV isn't gonna save my life or anything too.
Yeah, I think you're probably pushing what they give you to be on TV, but yeah,
I don't even know.
They fucking. I mean, what they pay and what they're telling you to be able to do is like, you know what? Pay me more.
It's
you
so
want
weird.
Me to say,
Like
you want me to say your
media,
script? Pay me more. Fuck.
For stand-up comedy in Canada, it's so strange. Like, we'll do even the debaters, which I love, and again, like I love doing it because it gives me that national exposure. It's like when people tell you, oh, you're not going to get paid much, but you get exposure. That's not exposure. But on a national radio show or a national television show, it is a nice reminder to tell people that I'm still in show business, whatever. But it's so funny. Like we'll do a TV set for, let's say, for the CBC or the Winnipeg Festival or just for laugh or whatever. I do a TV set and they'll pay you. Let's call it $3,000. Maybe it's $2,000. I don't even remember. But then I can go do a theater and make $6,000, or I can do a corporate and make $10,000.
Right.
So like I do a show for 1 million people.
Yeah, you're doing
it
for exposure.
Yeah,
you're doing it for exposure. That's what you're doing it for. You're doing it for exposure. The great Canadian. That's why Canadian show business sucks, because there is no business. Everyone's doing it for exposure. And it's not like that on the French side. I don't think the French are going. The exposure would be nice.
The French pays less for TV. I did TV in Juste pour rire 2 years ago, and it was a little bit less than what I got at Just for Laugh. Yeah.
You got paid less to do
a little bit less
French, yeah.
But I mean, the market is less too, right? It's limited to just Quebec. I don't know, man.
You think?
I'm not shitting on that. Like, listen, especially Radio
Canada,
CBC,
whatever it is. Anyways, it's the publicly funded channel. It's not the whole reason of doing it.
It hurts me that I cannot do it anymore.
I'm also happy to just do stuff for the CBC. It doesn't bother me. Not for the exposure, but just because the fact that I'm happy. Well, the exposure's nice, but I like doing stuff for our public broadcaster.
Yeah.
And it's not the best money, but that's okay. I'm not trying to get paid a bunch. I just, you
look pretty, Jamie.
Nice. So you're not doing the whole CBC thing. Anyways, there's a whole lot of stuff that I would
notice.
Maybe another podcast I'll get down on. I'll dive deep on everything I'm going through right now with all of that stuff. But
maybe I could start a letter writing campaign. Get all the to get me reinstated. Get all the Derek Seguin files. Seguin
Listen, man. There's something about CBC. They could do a better job at helping us in the long run. I think there could be more work to be done to helping the artist, selling our stuff too. After a certain point, I mean, once they use it once and they just throw it away, it's like, why not just why not you produce this? Let's sell it.
Sell it to Crave or something. Yeah.
Let's sell it to people. Yeah, sell it to someone here, another country, fucking anywhere, man. Like BBC really rocks it hard, man. They go out, they sell their stuff in other markets. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some of this
speaking of exposure, so CBC does give us exposure on the national level. Yes. I did last night with Rodney Ramsey, our mutual friend. He's running a comedy club in the metaverse. The metaverse, for those of you that don't know, like me, until yesterday, the metaverse is a virtual reality universe.
Tell us about the metaverse,
Mark
Derek.
Zuckerberg create. Whatever I got, so I told you I got the Oculus video game thing.
Yeah, you got
VR
this is
video game
Derek's birthday present
for my birthday. Yeah,
yeah.
Well, beyond the video games, there's a whole virtual universe out there. So you sign up, you download the world, and
you can watch
Facebook.
porn or something, right? With those.
I don't know. I haven't tried that.
Yeah,
yet.
I heard you can
oh
watch
my God.
porn.
No way. Oh
yeah,
my God,
you
I'm
can
down
watch porn with those. It's like you're in the room.
Tune in for the next episode of Bacon No Bacon.
Bacon No Bacon.
I will tell you. I'll walk.
Derek's in a gangbang, a virtual gangbang in the next episode of Bacon No Bacon. We're just going to see him walking around a room with goggles on.
Oh my God! Yeah, if I look tired on the next episode, it's because there is porn in the VR universe. Anyway, so you sign up you download the world or whatever, and then Mark Zuckerberg, he gives you an apartment for free. I have my own apartment in the metaverse.
You've got an apartment in the metaverse. You didn't have to pay for it.
It's got a beautiful balcony with a fire pit and stuff and greenery.
So wait, Derek Sagan starts off with an apartment in the metaverse? They don't even consider your showbiz success?
Nope. They just handing them out. Anyway, so Rodney...
One bedroom, 2 bedroom?
I haven't even found the bedroom, actually. I only saw the living room and the balcony. I don't spend a lot of time at home. There's so much to do in the universe.
Okay.
Anyway, so Rodney has built a comedy club. So that's a little bit more work. Like, it's not just he had to find the space and choose it on the venue row.
Now, did he have to pay for his space?
I don't know.
I wonder.
Get into that.
Zuckerberg
but it's a proper theater. Like, there's rows of seats, and it goes up like proper theater. And there's a backstage where you can go and you can talk to the other performer, like the green room. You could talk to the other performer, but nobody in the room can hear you unless you pass this little curtain.
Let me stop you before you get too far here. Now, how do you get to the comedy club? Is it close to your house in the metaverse?
You go, so your watch, it's like you've got an Apple Watch or whatever in the universe. Okay. And you point to it and you're like, I want to go to the venues or whatever. And then you can choose the venue, or you could just go to venues and walk to it. You could walk to it.
Now, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you walk.
What if you live further? Do you take like public transit to get to the...
Public transit is like teleport. You just teleport there. You just go and it teleports you to that
I want to get on a bus in the metaverse, you know?
I bet you it's possible. I don't use public transit in real life, so I'm happy to teleport. Anyway, so I get there, and then Rodney comes to get me. Like, he runs it really well, better than most producer. Like some comedy clubs, you just show up and they're like, yeah, just go stand over there. We'll let you know when you're on or whatever. Rodney met me at the door of the club, and he's like, come back here. This is the backstage area, and if you follow me, we'll bring you into the green room. Here you can talk as loud as you want because your mic is only for people within this space. You can watch from backstage too, like you could kind of peek behind the curtain. They can't see you, but you can see them because you're kind of peeking through a curtain like that. Anyway, and then I did it. I can even show you. I'll show you a little bit of the set I did and what it looked like.
Yeah, this is cool.
There. Share the screen.
Rodney's not going to ding us for copyright infringement, is he?
No, I told him he made this for me, so I told him that.
All right,
this is
so we can like promote it and everything. This is great.
Yeah, it's called
Rodney's
The Unknown Theater.
The Unknown Theater.
War game. I don't know. I remember what it's called, like Call of Duty style, but for VR. Money, anyway. One of the mission was like you have to put dynamite under a tank. So to do that, you have to jump in like a ditch, a trench, whatever, like right. And then the tank go over top of you, and then you fucking stick it with C4 or whatever. So now, but you have to wait a second. Like the tank is coming, and you hide in the little ditch, and the tank is coming, and I'm fucking standing there. And I went to lean on the ditch that I was in. I fell into my fireplace. My daughter started crying. She's like, "Daddy's having a stroke."
So this is all audience members, and Rodney was filming this from the balcony through his goggles. But down below there's a whole other series of audience members, like 30 more people are down there. There was guys from Britain, there was a guy from Philly, there was guys from all over the States, a guy from Tennessee. So that's what I was saying is that
Fat Boy Loves Your Mom, is that what it says there?
Fat Boy Loves Your Mom. That's the guy from Tennessee, actually, yeah.
Wow.
So, I don't know why I'm
credible people over at the metaverse.
They were great. They're a good audience, though. They were well behaved and everything.
Yeah, very
nice. It was pretty. So I did that whole thing, and it was I was terrified going into it. It was my friend Tyler Rodney asked me to do it, and I'm like, nah, I don't think I'm ready for that, man. I don't. It sounds weird. And just when I said, Tyler Morrison called me and said, come on, I'm gonna do it. You should do it with me. It'll be fun. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And then.
Well, you got the goggles. I mean, what the hell else are you gonna do?
So Rodney said what to download, and so I started exploring a little bit. It's freaky though. Like I'm walking around this whatever neighborhood where all the venues were. I watched the Foo Fighters for a little while. But what was freaky is that you're walking around and you saw those little bubble of people's name above their head, right?
Yeah.
So I'm walking around in there, and people are walking up to me and saying, "Hey, Derek, comedian, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Hey, what the fuck? I don't want to talk to anybody." I was freaking out. Why'd you go all blurry?
I don't know. I guess my fucking camera just decided to stop focusing. It's like I'm in the metaverse right now. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
That was weird. Yeah. I was like, I was wondering what the hell happened there.
I found that a little bit off-putting, that when you're just walking around in the metaverse, people are like, "Hey, Derek, what's your story? What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't want to talk to you." You'd be like, imagine walking in the mall and everybody you pass by starts talking to you like, "Hey, Abdul," and they know your name already. It was disconcerting. But being at the comedy club, they were a proper audience. They were well behaved. They only spoke when spoken to, like they were really good. It was
so people are learning metaverse etiquette, right? People are actually respectful. They're not just running around punching you in the face, right?
No, and there's
hitting you in the face with their virtual penis or anything like that. Nothing weird.
I think that's why it's all torsos. They didn't give anything below the belly button.
Yeah, that's
no
a
penises.
good. See, there's probably
I actually
a lot of
did a joke about that on
stuff.
stage. I'm like, if I'm doing this with my hand, then I'm doing it where my crotch would be in my avatar or whatever.
Right.
People know what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, interesting. Not sure I loved it, but I definitely didn't hate it as much as I thought I would.
So
it
now,
felt almost like stand-up, but
Wow.
you're talking to cartoons is all. You're just... But like,
now,
it
did
was
it feel
weird.
like stand-up, or like virtual show stand-up? Like you're doing a
I'll
Zoom
tell you,
show?
it felt more like stand-up than Zoom stand-up.
Wow.
Yeah, but there's drawbacks. Like I'm trying to drink my beer, so you have to let go of your manette, your joystick or whatever to grab the beer. So now it's just dangling on your arm, right? Because there's those little strings or whatever.
Yeah.
So you drop it to grab a beer, and now your hand looks all like Deadpool, broken arm, fucking just like you're in the game. And then I also learned the hard way that when you light a cigarette with these goggles on, you'll burn your Oculus. I got a burn mark now in my VR.
Oh, fuck. Already, man? Jeez. Well, at least we know which one belongs to Derek.
Yeah. It's the yellow one with the burn marks on it.
Fucking burn mark. Yeah, you don't need to write your name on that, that's for sure.
But it was
that's
trippy.
interesting.
It was cool. Yeah, it was cool.
So do you think this can be the future? Do you feel like this will be something that will catch on? People would want to get a pair of goggles and strap in on a Friday night, go to a comedy show, or do you think they still want to go let loose and fucking actually be in like physical touching with people and in the moment?
I don't think it will replace. Let's say let's say it is comparable. I don't see it surpassing 1%. It's not going to take more than 1% market share from actual shows.
Right.
Like I went to see, like I said, in the VR venue neighborhood, I walked in and I was watching an acoustic set by the Foo Fighters, which felt like, because of the VR glass and the way that they shot it, it felt like you're watching a rehearsal on an IMAX. Like they were bigger than you watching this thing, so it was cool watching it, but it was recorded anyway. Apparently it was available live so it's its own new thing. Like I think
very cool.
More than live shows, I think it's gonna probably take on some of the video game time or spending or whatever, the time people spend. Space,
the world, right? The world.
It's a new thing. It's like well, I hope it's not like this. Like when cell phones came out, do you think that's going to do away with house phone? When they first came out, we would have said no, but now we see nobody's got a house phone anymore.
Right.
So it's frightening to think that in 25 years, everything will be done through the metaverse. You never leave your house. You order all your grocery from Amazon and everybody's just in their little hives I hope that's what's going to happen.
I hope not either. Unless there's some sort of threat out there and we can't go outside. Maybe the sun's too hot and now it's going to burn right through us, so we can't go outdoors anymore. Maybe we can't breathe the air.
For now,
maybe nuclear war.
That would be awful.
Ah, man, who knows?
For now, for me, it's a novelty, and it was interesting. And like you said, like I was unaware of it. Like we're both kind of unaware that this thing even exists.
I don't even want to get involved.
Rodney, a couple of times, he's made it like a proper comedy club. He has a max capacity. Well, the place was full yesterday. It was like I don't think there was any more room for anybody else to come in.
So there's max capacity. There's a virtual. Well, of course there is. Yeah, because otherwise, then anybody can just. So they'd want you to upgrade real estate if your place becomes popular. So now you'd have to buy another place and make it. Man, they really have everyone by the fucking balls, even on the virtual world.
I can't speak to that. I don't know if.
I'm sure that's where it's gonna go. I'm sure that's what they're thinking is why you don't just let as many people, like, it's not like a Zoom call where you can just have,
I don't think that's the metaverse that made that rule. I think it's Rodney. Rodney wanted it to be controlled,
right?
So that people can't just walk. Like he wants to see he greets everybody when they come in. Yeah. So like if you look like a douchebag, you're out. And he's even he's been doing it for a full year now. And so if somebody does start to heckle, he's got like a laser sword. If somebody starts disrupting the show, he's got a laser sword and he shoots you with the laser sword, and it puts you in a jail where it's cut your microphone. No one can hear you blabbering anymore.
Fucking Rodney is from the future.
Yeah,
he's doing
he's
wild, man.
Yeah,
check it out if you're listening or watching, or go check out Rodney Ramsey's. How do they find it? The underground comedy or the unknown comedy theater?
The unknown
comedy
theater.
Club? The unknown
theater. And the show is called. This one is called. What the hell is it called?
This is very cool.
Stand up in the metaverse. I think it's called. It's every Thursday. Anyway, it's every Thursday. They're taking a couple of weeks off for the holidays. But it's how to watch stand-up comedy in the metaverse. If you Google this on YouTube, it's a whole.
How to watch stand-up comedy show in the metaverse live.
Yeah, Rodney made a whole metaverse.
All right, well, I'll put the link. I'll put the link in the description of our video here, and you can go over to Rodney's and check out his fucking wacky, wild world of stand-up comedy. What a time to be alive, man! People are putting goggles on.
Telling you,
I don't know, man. It's a weird. Like I get it, and. Hey, man, there's a big possibility that it becomes, like you're saying, it's not going to be the whole group of people that are jumping on board, but it's going to be a large portion of people that will take part in this type of, it's like people on Twitch and stuff like that, right? Like
that's the video game where you watch people play video games?
It's like, a website like where you watch people play video games. Yeah, and I'm not even part of this world yet. There's so many things that you can get involved with, and there's, it's kind of fun, I think, in a sense, but then will it ever, what I don't like is how they keep telling us we're going down this path of like, we're going to live on the metaverse, and no, I don't want to fucking do that.
There are people apparently that are too dependent on it and taking it too far, and I'm not that kind. I was about to say I'm not the guy that goes to extremes. I don't take anything too far. But when it comes to things like that,
cigarette at the same time,
I definitely go in waves. Like video games, I'll play so much video games for like 3 weeks, and then I'm just off of it for 2 years. And
do you think So have you been to any other worlds? Any other place? Have you been to? I think Snoop Dogg has a place, right? Have you been to Snoop Dogg's?
No, like I said, I just got it yesterday, and I just looked around a little bit. I don't like going in there because everyone knows your name, and strangers are just talking to you, and like it's weird to have people saying your name,
turning into a fucking ghost. I don't know why.
Is that because? Do you have the setting that blurs your background? Is that why that's happening?
No, not at all. It's just my lens. Or my camera itself is not coming into focus.
Huh. Jeez.
You gotta move. Why does it not take me into account?
Hold your hand
here, fucking right here. Doesn't focus. Still doesn't want to
fully cover your lens. Like do that. Like fully cover it.
That's a good idea. There you go.
There we go.
Bingo.
We
did it. See, man, you say you're not tech savvy. You're fucking tech savvy, buddy. See? This guy comes in, this guy fucking gets a pair of goggles. All of a sudden, he's fucking putting up the networks. Huh? Building your own little sci-fi world out there. That's cool, man. So the underground comedy world, speaking of everything online, fucking, what the hell's going on with Elon Musk, man? You see what, everyone's fucking furious at this guy now.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, I think the latest thing he's done is now he's starting to kick off people or suspend Twitter accounts of journalists that have talked shit about him or have like, you know, said negative things about him. Which is weird because he was like, I thought the whole idea was he was like, yeah, right? Isn't that the whole idea? I think he's just got an ego is really what it is. I think we're all going to...
Unless you're talking shit about me.
Right. So we're all going to figure him out in due time. He's, I think he's just got a gigantic ego, and he says things, but he's not really doing it for that reason. He's a good salesman. He's good. That's it.
And I mean, he spent $44 billion on something. I guess you're allowed to. Like, if people come into my house, like if you come over for dinner one night and you start talking shit about me, I will probably kick you out of my house.
I understand, but at the same time, the whole reason why you were letting Trump back on, you let Kanye West, you let all these people back on that were saying insane stuff, and you're because
they love him. But like didn't Donald Trump start his own social media?
Yeah, he started his own social media.
You think if you talk shit about Donald Trump on that social media that you're not going to get kicked off?
Oh, 100% he'll kick you off. Yeah, but he's also probably a fucking narcissist.
Yeah, so
that's the problem is these people see, this is the thing that people need to understand is like there is no left and right and they care about you. None of them give a shit about you. They're all playing you for their own financial benefit. So when people are like, how dare you fucking talk shit? Like I wrote something about Elon Musk and some guy went off on my fucking Instagram. I blocked him. I never block people, but I was like, you're a fucking maniac. You know, like the shit that he wrote, and he was like, they're just trying to take him down now. I'm like, buddy, do you think Elon Musk gives a fuck about you, man? Really? Do you think he cares about some guy sitting in his fucking apartment? He doesn't give a shit about you. He cares about his bottom line, man. He's making that coin. And everything that happened,
with you
like
for a lot of these people, but I think we've both witnessed the good side of humanity enough, you know, in the last few years. Not everyone's like that. These megalomaniacs, 100%. I mean, that's probably part of the recipe, what it takes to become mega rich like Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
Exactly. But anybody that rich is untrustable. I've
been very heartwarmed this holiday season by seeing other people looking out for other people. Like that whole, the Twitch, did you hear about the Ellen's sort of co-host or sidekick, whatever, Twitch? He took his own DJ. Life.
Yeah, man, sad stuff. I mean,
so sad but the reaction to it has been, you know, as much as it's mourning, and he was obviously a good guy. If you see any of his social media channels or whatever, a great guy, and it's a reminder that it's been good to see the outpouring of people saying like there's no poster child for somebody who's depressed or suicidal, and don't forget to check in on even, you know, the most
bad look for Ellen though. Bad look for Ellen.
Why?
Right? Well, because the last like fucking year, 2 years has just been everybody saying Ellen's work environment is a toxic place and it's horrible, and now her DJ kills himself. But I feel like it's more to that. I'm not pointing out.
For me, on the
just
contrary,
a bad look for Ellen.
I was thinking.
Oh, you think she's what kept him alive?
No, but like maybe he loved his job so much, and now he's sort of
that's
feeling
what I think.
Aimless,
also,
like he felt
that's
maybe
what I
aimless
think,
a little bit,
really,
and that was my peak. But no, I mean it's clearly
I
a
agree
mental
with you.
illness, right?
Yeah.
Somebody that
but
small children and a wife, and he seemed happy sometime. But people when they dive into that depression, who knows? Maybe something happened. Maybe he found out.
Right,
he had cancer.
We don't know.
Maybe
we have no
out,
idea. Yeah.
See, he found out.
But I got to say, I'm happy I learned very young that show business is a cruel and fucking like you're on your own. You got to like just fucking stick it through when you feel like a bag of shit, because nobody's gonna like be like, oh, you feel bad. Here's an opportunity. You kind of have to just keep plowing through. I'm glad I learned that young, because I feel like, I mean, this guy had a great I don't know why he took his own life, but I'm saying he did have a great opportunity for a very long time.
Yeah.
And to lose once that opportunity goes away, if you didn't plan or prepare yourself, yeah, it could be fucking scary. You know, like some of these guys make the money. Like, look, when I was making good coin all the time and on all this stuff and doing things, you get you get caught up with like spending it all right away. People are like, whoa, why aren't you spending it all? Why don't you go on vacation? Why don't you go do stuff? And I'm like, well, this is show business, buddy. I'm going to fucking squirrel this shit away because who knows how long, it doesn't last forever. And then when it does die out, you kind of have to stay afloat until you can find something else and it keeps going. But yeah, some of these guys get good opportunities and they just spend and live like this is going to last forever. And it's show business. The moment they're done with you, you're fucking thrown to the curb. They don't give a shit. They're not going to be like, you got payments to make on your Ferrari. They're not going to give a fuck.
I love how we're talking about these guys. So, meanwhile, I'm gambling like a crazy person. And
you're your own breed, buddy.
Remodeling my kitchen. And
dude, how many times do I tell you that? I'm like, dude, squirrel this shit, man. You got a good contract? Fucking put that away. Use it for your career. Spend it on something to make your fucking, where you don't have to rely on these cocksuckers.
I need to squirrel aside $10,000 a month just to keep my Range Rover on the road.
Well, listen, that's your main fucking issue right there. Get rid of that fucking piece of shit already and get something that's reliable. Get a Camry, buddy. Get a Toyota. Are they still making the Tercel?
I've got a Camry. No, they don't.
I know, and that thing's still rolling, man. The fucking Beer Express won't die. It'll just keep going.
I went to buy the Christmas tree. I took the Beer Express to go buy the Christmas tree yesterday. I didn't want to get all needles in my Range Rover, but the fucking Beer Express hauled the Christmas tree.
We should do a show. We should do like a fun video one day where we both book something and we hop in the Beer Express and we go do a double show and we fucking we just see how far we can make it in the Beer Express. If we can make it to like, I don't know, New Brunswick.
I'm gonna still ride you. I'm trying to get you to come back up here for February. If you come, and I got 2 shows now in February. One in Kanawaki and one in Chateauguay.
Oh, look at this! Fucking both on the South Shore, man. Look at that. Do we have to leave? Is it the same night? The same weekend?
2 nights. Yeah, same weekend. Friday, Saturday.
Same weekend.
We can go maybe Saturday early. We can go by your property, take a look, see if it needs some.
We can camp there or something.
Snow removal or.
No, there's no snow removal. We're gonna leave that shit just sitting there. Yeah, I know.
Check it out.
Well, the beer that's not quite the fleet I was hoping for. The Beer Express making it to Kanawaki from Brossard isn't going to be
it's not as impressive as Halifax.
Not as impressive. Yeah, right.
Were we in the Beer Express when we hit that big blizzard? You, me, and Chad? Wasn't that the Beer Express?
Hell yeah, we were in that Beer Express, man.
Yeah,
that sucker brought us safely. The Toyota Camry. Let me tell you, folks, what a good vehicle.
The gold Toyota Camry.
Oh man, that's summer beige. I think the color. That's the whatever color my dad was. Summer beige. That's a favorite Toyota. That golden brown. It's a good car.
Interior doesn't get cold. It's really nice.
It's a great car, man, dude. We were ready to camp out in that thing on the side of the highway, right? I don't even know what is the Trans-Canada.
I don't know what happened. Your audio just died.
No, can you still hear me?
No audio.
No audio. Well, there must be audio. You just can't. It's still
Your
looking
audio's
on my
dead,
end.
bro.
Are you serious?
No audio.
Well, I'm sure there's audio.
I got no sound.
Nothing at all?
I can't hear you at all.
Man, did we just cut at the last second of bacon, no bacon?
The episode is done. Your sound is dead.
Well,
did you hit mute by mistake?
I didn't hit anything. No, I didn't hit any mute. I didn't hit anything.
Nothing.
Well, maybe they fucking cut us out. Well, buddy, all right. Well, we'll end it here. We'll end it.
Wait, you're faint.
You there?
Faint.
I'm sure it's just your connection or my connection. One of our connections just fucked up.
I can hear you, but barely. Did I pull?
Yeah, but don't touch anything.
It's this that came out.
Go. See, I told you it's not so fucking...
My wire came out of...
I'm freaking out. You're like, buddy, no audio. I'm like, how? I'm looking at all my levels.
Try to edit that out. I was so technically savvy before. Now I look like a tech idiot. I just unplugged my earphone.
Listen, fucking metaverse doesn't have any plugs. The metaverse, everything is connected. You don't have any of that issue.
Did you hear the sound too in the metaverse thing? That's all. The microphone is built into this. There was no
into the
microphone.
Oculus. Is it really?
Yeah.
It's built into there,
and it sounds really good. Whoa!
Look who's home.
Moving. Oh,
look who's home.
My brain gets fucked up. I saw Carolyn coming in there. I thought it was behind me.
Oh, see, that's what the metaverse will do to you.
Yeah, I get no perception of where things are. Hi,
There
Carolyn.
she goes. Derek says hi. She says hi.
What are you up to tonight, Friday night?
Friday night, buddy. Friday night. Not too much. I might. I've only next week. I've started. I've got some shows starting to kick in here in Florida, sunny Florida. But this weekend, I don't have anything. I might go over to the park. I got a friend over here. Maybe I'll go watch his kids play touch football. They play flag football on Fridays. I do that sometimes. That's fun.
Very
Dude,
fun.
I just hop on my bike, go over there, watch some flag football.
Very fun.
Fun time. Yeah, in Florida.
We're having a little Festivus party here tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like we try to do a Friendsgiving too, where you don't have to do it on the day, right? Do a Friends. Tonight's our little Christmas party, but we're calling it. Angela called it a Festivus party. It's all the same crew that came with me to Jamaica, and they're all coming over for whatever appetizers and drinks.
That's nice. You guys are going to continue a little Jamaican party.
I've been very specifically.
Who's bringing the reefer, man?
I've been specifically instructed to get rid of my podcast because I generally just leave it here in this area. And I've been specifically ordered to get rid of it. So I got to pack it all up when we're done.
Angela's really pulling the strings around there again, eh?
She is. She's a slave driver.
Fucking Angela.
But yeah, it's going to be fun. Have some drinks with some friends. And I'm supposed to play ball hockey tomorrow. So that's going to be drinks.
Wow. I am impressed, buddy. You're going to play ball hockey too. Okay.
I may not even make it to my surgery.
You're not. You're not playing ball hockey. Dude, if you're partying tonight, you better just call Brent right now and tell him I'm not making it, man.
I thought of it, and then I said, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be I got to do a little bit of exercise.
In the fucking hallway. You're going to do something.
I throw up in the hallway. I just hope I don't die. Every time I play ball hockey and I don't die, it's a big success for me. That's the biggest.
Well, you're pushing your limits.
When I get home, the kids aren't like, Dad, did you score any goals? They're like, oh my God, you lived.
He
Perfect.
made it. Yeah, right.
This is good.
He's still breathing.
Yeah,
oh man,
it's amazing.
That's good though. All right. Well, I listen. If it was me, I would cancel, and I'm not even your age. But fucking good on you to keep going.
Thanks,
Get
buddy.
out there and play ball hockey after a good night. So, all right, buddy. Well, we'll fucking. You want to end this episode?
Yeah, end it.
Fucking
We're
right.
Finished. Fucking
yeah.
right.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. This was a lovely time. And
if you made it this far, though, you can. If you're on the East Coast, you can go to hubcappromotions.ca, and there's some tour dates. I'm doing PEI and Miramichi and Fredericton. And Burlington, Ontario. Also, I'm doing Burlington, Ontario, but that's at the Burlington Performing Arts Center box office website. That's the January shows I've got
and
coming
all of
up
this
on
can
the tour.
be found on your website?
Not right now, but by the time we put this podcast up, hopefully, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to update my website in a few minutes.
DerekSege.com.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, obviously, just follow you on the socials and as well myself, the Derek Sege and at Abdul's
Butt.
And we'll catch you back here next time. Thanks for listening.
Good to see you, Abdul.